Hey Stitches, and welcome back to my channel, Fairy Godfather Knits. I am Fairy Godfather, also known as Matthew, and this is the last video in my 2025 Mystery MusiKAL series. I'm sorry that it's late. It's a few weeks later than it was intended to be. That is both because I crashed a little bit. I had a week in Halifax, then I just crashed a little bit after that. And then also the weather has just been so gloomy and dark. I'm sure many of us in the Northern Hemisphere are experiencing that. I've been waiting for light and I just haven't seen the sun in ages. So I'm sorry if it's dim. This is as bright as I can make it. And yeah, this is the final video revealing my finished shawl. You have probably seen them all over the internet by this point, but this is just about mine. So if you've been following the series, I started way back in September when I was trying to choose my yarn and in a very difficult financial pinch. Many of you so generously donated so that I was able to buy these amazing yarns. I got 4 yarns from Artful Belle, which is a Canadian yarn company. And yeah, so if you want to find out all about my colors and my choosing process and how I went through all the clues as they came out, all those videos are up in this list. And this is the final reveal. So I think it's just a little bit of me working on the border and then the blocking. And then I'm going to talk a little bit about the YouTubers that I watched while I was knitting the MKAL, who were also doing it. Just to give a little shout out to friends new and old that are here on YouTube, who I think you also might enjoy. And then I'll show you some pictures that I took. All right, let's get into it.
Hey, it is Thursday, October 30th. The first Thursday in 4 weeks in which no clue was dropped. But Westknits did do the pattern reveal. I guess now you can get the pattern in its full form, not broken up into 4 clues. And there are lots of photos on the Westknits site of various finished shawls. So I guess in that way, sort of the secret is over. The mystery is solved in that way. Several of you commented about my colors, and yeah, I'm still learning to take the compliment and to enjoy it. But someone was saying specifically that even with some of the kits and some of the other official color palettes that they saw, that they don't like the shawl, but that they're finding some of the more scrappy people that went kind of their own way with color, that those shawls worked out better and put mine in that category. And I really appreciate that. But in the way of things, when I first read it, I just, I wasn't sure if I would feel that way or if I thought it was true. Now that I've seen the ones that were on the Stephen and Penelope site this morning with the full clue release, yeah, I kind of didn't like some of them. So that's really interesting to me. It just shows how important color placement is. Which, speaking of segue, leads me to my next thing.
So it is hard to show because it is so bunched on the needles. But as you know, the purple ran out. And so I put in that turquoise that there have been bits of throughout the shawl. There's a square of it. There it is hiding back there in the brioche. There were a couple triangles. So I just put that in. So there's parts of the row where you'll see it more on the back, obviously, where there are 2. I'm just gonna use the word turquoise stitches, and other parts where there's only 1. But from the front, I mean, it's certainly visible, but because it's the background color, it's pretty subtle. And I kind of just like that peeking through. So the thing is, I have 1 more wrong side row with, the second color, and this is, it finished as well. So I have to add something else. And
I'm kind of torn about what it should be, but I'm going to show you my options. And then I'm going to dive into it. I realized also that I did not bring enough knitting to this house sit. I thought this would take longer, actually. And I do still have a fair bit of work. Like, I have that row. Then I have the right side row where you just go across. And then I have the bind off. So it probably will take me like most of tomorrow. Tomorrow's Halloween. Anyway, let me show you the yarns and what I'm thinking. So this is what I've got left. This has never been incorporated. So, like, on the one hand, why add another color now, so near the end? On the other hand, why stop now? Like, I'm gonna balk at adding a new color at this point. So I don't know, I'm kind of drawn to that one because I know it looks nice beside the turquoise. I think it would look cool in the background and make it look more glowy and weird. I was thinking of the gray because it's light, but it's so little that I don't even think it would do a full row. Like these two, and like the pink presents interesting possibilities too, but like, again, I just don't know if it would even last the one entire row. Like probably, but I'm just not sure. So the gray, I think I want in the I-cord bind off for sure. And the thing is, I really want the red in the I-cord bind off. Again, I don't have a scale here, so I can't weigh this. I don't think it will be enough by itself. Like, I would love it if this just could do the entire bind off, but I doubt it. So like there'll be gray and there'll be this, and probably even then I'm gonna have to put in some of the green door. I love the green door. It's kind of the obvious choice, but I don't know. It's like the least appealing to me visually for some reason and color-wise. So like there is a big part of me that wants to put this in, do it for the final brioche row and that right side row before the bind off. And then I can just have this left over or a little bit in the bind off. That said, it's like mohair town, right? Part of me is tempted to just cut the blue mohair because I've done that wrong side row. It's finished. It's time to break it anyway. And I could just reattach that on, the other end of the wrong side row. And I could go across with that color and do that as the final row, which like would kind of just like blend in, but might be a good solution. And then like part of me wants to do that right side row in mohair because it actually I almost want to do it in single strand mohair, but I think I'm too scared and would still do it double. But like I could do it with these two, or I could do it with this, or I could hold this and this together, or even this and this together. I just feel like it would be fun to bring the pink back in, but I just don't know if there's enough of it. And the thing is, when you do a mohair row like that, I feel like it will stretch a little bit, and it just brings the I-cord like a little bit away from the body of the shawl in a way that I like. I feel like I've done that or seen that, but I can't tell you where or when. So yeah, I'm really torn, but I really want to keep going. So that usually just forces me to make a choice. Anyway, so here we go. I'll let you know when I finish. I think it's going to be the lime green. That just feels right. So I don't know. Hey, good morning. It is Halloween, October 31st, Friday, October 31st. Ooh, spooky Halloween. I just wanted to give you a little update. I did that final row, so now I just have the I-cord left. But I did go with that really bright sort of chartreuse green, and I love it. I'm so excited. I'm so happy I went with it. It wasn't like the most obvious choice, but I just trusted my gut, and I'm so happy with how it turned out. So this is on the front side. You just see it a bit in the background, and then that's on the back. I love how it looks with the turquoise. And I was like, those look weird, and then I realized they've all been knitted.
because it went all the way across. But I really like it on the front. It just brings it up. It just has that sort of like it just gives it a little bit of that psychedelic pop, and like with all the other green and blue and stuff going down. I now, of course, wish I'd used it a little bit in one of the scallops. It would just be a nice tie-in, but like I have all these other greens down there. And I don't know, I really like it. I really like, it's different, but I don't know. For me, it just works somehow. So I'm going to use it. I think till it runs out for the I-cord. And if it ends up doing the whole thing, that's great, but it probably won't. It's only probably a couple grams. So then I will go to the red, and I will also use the pink probably with the other mohair, or the pink with this. And if I get through all of that, then I will go to the green or the other mohair. So I'm gonna dive in on this, and I kind of can't wait. This is going a bit faster than I thought. Like if I finish the I-cord today and weave in my ends tomorrow or Sunday, then I could maybe block this Monday afternoon and let it sort of dry overnight. And I maybe could bring it to Halifax with me. And like wear it on stage. We'll see. Anyway, today I just want to watch scary movies and finish this I-cord bind off. So here I go. I can't believe it's almost done. Good morning. It is Tuesday, November 4th. Wow. And I have not worked on the shawl in days. It's so terrible. I got so far in the I-cord bind off the other day, and it's going really well. There's not an issue or anything. It's just I had a couple of busy days. There's not the same impetus to pick it up because I know that sort of the schedule's over. And then anyway, I had a really busy Sunday and a really busy yesterday. And I head off to Halifax tomorrow morning at like 6 a.m. So I'm not going to get to finish it before I leave, which is fine. It just means that I have to really hit it when I get back. Like if I want to finish the border and get it blocked and take some pictures and have this up by next Thursday, I'm getting back on Sunday. So I would hopefully finish it Sunday night and then be blocking it Monday. And then I guess I would have Tuesday and Wednesday to do pictures. So it's fine. I am going to bring some knitting with me, I think and hope. I just have to see how everything fits when I pack and go from there. So there's the shawl. I haven't done any since I last showed you. So anyway, I just wanted to record this, and I'll see you soon. Hi, it is Monday, November 10th, and I have not knit probably since Tuesday. If I even knit on Tuesday, it's crazy. I just got back from Halifax. Halifax was a wonderful time, but I did not do any knitting there. I did not go to a yarn store there. My flight was delayed by 4 hours yesterday. We have snow here in Toronto. Anyway, so I feel behind on any variety of things, as I often do. But anyway, let me just show you. So that's where I left off, so I have this much. So it's not too bad, but I am going to dive in and finish it right now so that I can get this blocked. Hello, it is Tuesday, November 11th, aka Remembrance Day here in Canada. And I have some exciting news, ladies and gentlemen. The shawl is finished. All ends are woven in. It's done. I can't believe it. Like, I can't really believe that it's done and it's finished and it's all over. So now I need to block it, and I'm not even sure like where it can fit. So anyway, I'm about to start the process. I will show you what I can. And here we go. It is blocking time. No, we're not going to do that.
Hi. I should try to be on this side.
Okay, look, there we go. Hi. So this is the whole thing. Yeah. It is a really weird shape. I can't tell if my curves are right. Like, it is definitely curving, but I don't know. They look a bit funny. So I can't tell, like, oh my God, so many things. So one, like, I feel like other people's stayed straight here, sort of like this. Oh, I see. Whereas mine wants to curve. So I'm just not sure about where to pin. Oh, you kind of can't see me or hear me. Anyway, hi, I'm over here. And like here, there's these real peaks. But like, I just, like, is it supposed to wave here? I don't know how aggressively I don't know how aggressively I want to pin this. Like you can really exaggerate. Like you can really exaggerate the waviness. And yeah, I'm not sure whether I want to actually use pins. What did I just do this? Hi, I'm not sure whether I want to use pins to really exaggerate that. I mean, I don't need it to be much bigger than it already is. So I'm not sure that I will pin it, but then it seems weird not to. So I don't know. I'm having struggles and thoughts, but look at it. It's ginormous. It really is a very large shawl, isn't it? Yeah, I don't totally know what to do. I guess this is where videos would help if you watch the videos. Okay, so I've made some choices, which I think is all we can ask of ourselves as knitters sometimes. So, I mean, even though it doesn't look straight, I was basically trying to keep this edge as straight as possible. And also, like, spread this angle out as much as possible so that this really gets to shine. Like, so, you know, obviously this is supposed to be straight and not, like, poke out like that. But I don't have enough pins. I don't have enough mats. Like, it's just a little bit of how it's going to be, kind of. I have some in the middle. So this was an issue. Like, this diamond was really stretched this way. So I had to really pull this in, and I put a pin in there so that this will kind of do its job and, like, stay flat. I know some other people had some bunching here. And then I'm worried, I think I'm going to take these out. Like, I don't obviously want it to look pointed, and I don't think the point will necessarily stay. But, I mean, even then, like, it's already looking there. See, like, it probably will go wavy, but I don't know. I'm just nervous having those pins in. Whoops. I'm also probably going to step on one at some point. It's just inevitable. So, I mean, I guess some people would consider this like an aggressive block. I don't know. Like, it's just a little hard. So anyway, I think though, like, once it dries, they will soften out a bit. It's just when I first lay it down to kind of get a sense of the shape. Like, I don't think there's supposed to be a curve here. And then, like I say, my ends tend to curve in. You know, I could have pinned this, like, way up here so that this stayed straight, but, like, I just don't feel like it matters. Look at this massive thing. It's so big. It's so big. And so now we will figure out how to style it. And
take some pictures tomorrow. Wow, look at that green brioche. Those green and blue brioche parts of the border really work. And yeah. What a wild thing. Yeah, so see, I like how around there. This part I'm confused, like, is it supposed to go straight into that curve? Is it supposed to go down here? Like, I obviously really had to work there. Like, same sort of like coming off of this curve. Like, is this... Anyway, so I find it a bit of a challenging block. I'm not looking at the videos because I haven't the whole time. I mean, look, that's wavy. Like, it is waving, obviously, but whatever. I probably have stretched the scallops a little bit too much, but, like, I want them to be open. So, I don't know. And, like, the reality is, once I kind of want to take all the pins out now, but I think I obviously always over panic. I'm going to put a fan on it when I go out. I'm going to my parents for dinner and the afternoon. And so I will let this dry while I'm there. It is really something. Okay, I've taken out all the pins and I tried to make that edge straight again, which does make that wave more moopy. That's a very technical term. Like, it looks like Dr. Zeus. I mean, and I feel like it's not supposed to be like that, and it's supposed to be really even. Like, I'm really criticizing myself, and I'm really, like, overthinking it and sort of not wanting to let things go. But I just think I need to accept it. Because when it's on, you're really not going to, like, you're not going to notice it in that way. And it just is what it is at this point. So anyway, I've taken out all the pins to kind of let it, like, relax. And I kind of just reshaped it a bit. And anyway, I'm going to put a fan on it and let things be. All right, so here's the fun part. I'm really excited to do this. I just want to talk about some of the other people on YouTube, the other podcasters, knitcasters, whatever we're calling ourselves, people who podcast on YouTube about knitting, who did the MKAL, and who I would sort of like watch each week as I was working on the clues and as I was doing my videos. And I just want to share a little bit with you sort of who those people were. Because really, so much of the fun of it is finding new knitters and finding new YouTube channels and new people to watch. And, well, not all of them are even new. Anyway, let me just get into it. Okay, first and foremost, I will always mention Kelly Menzies of Row and Kades. I want to say that Kelly is mother. And I don't mean that as an age cut because we're pretty close to the same age. I mean it in the queer way, like as a sign of respect, like as in I look up to her and she is mother of my knitting house. Like, it's like something that they use in like voguing and drag culture. There's a great Maya Rudloph sketch from SNL where she is referred to as mother. So for me, Kelly is mother in the sense that like she was one of the first designers I found on YouTube, like an actual designer who was YouTubing, as opposed to people like me that were just like learning to knit. So she's a designer I really look up to. I really look up to her design career. She publishes in magazines. She's independent. She publishes online. And I also really look up to her as a YouTube creator. I've been watching her from very early on and watching her channel grow and watching how consistently she puts things out. And I just have so much love and affection for you, Kelly. And I think that everybody should be watching her channel and joining her Discord group. So if you haven't already, please do that. Kelly has a very interesting relationship with the MKAL. She always does it, and with like real gusto. But she often doesn't enjoy it or questions the pattern or feels like Stephen West maybe gets away with some things that some other designers might not get away with. But I don't want to put words in her mouth. You would have to watch her channel to see all that. And we kind of had a fun like twinning experience this year where
we like made a lot of the same mistakes, or were confused by the same parts, or messed up at the same parts, and it's just been really fun. That made it like extra fun for me to watch her MKAL videos this year. So she is my first recommendation. Next up, I want to mention Knittin Crazy. Knittin Crazy, like there's no G on the knitting. I don't think, it's just Knittin Crazy. I'll put all these up, and they'll all be in the show notes as well. Smaller channel, newer to me, but just like love her energy. Like loved her like attitude about the MKAL, and yeah, just was like a really fun person to watch, who was absolutely new to me and who I like discovered through the MKAL this year, and I'm definitely going to continue watching her channel, and I think you should check it out too. Another one that was new to me is the Mindful Melbourne Maker Knitting Podcast. And what I loved about this creator is that she themed her shawl around the musical Wicked. So she picked colors like Glinda colors and Elphaba colors, like 2 shades of pink and 2 shades of green that really evoke the Wicked colors. And so it was really fun to watch her do the clues with that kind of color scheme in mind and that thinking in mind. It made it just like really interesting. I saw a few different people that were inspired either by like album covers or very like specific musicals or like color schemes that go with a specific musical, and that was just something that hadn't even occurred to me as I was picking my colors and starting this project. So it was really, really fun to watch her. I also want to give a shout out to Shauna Stitches. This again was a newer channel to me, although she's quite established and bigger than I am. But she just was a delight. Like I just can't wait to see more from this creator. I can't wait to find out more about her knitting. I just found her totally captivating in her like energy and the way she spoke about the project and her dedication to it. Also her speed. She was like, in my opinion, very fast on certain clues, and certain clues that were a bit of a slog. She also found them a slog, but she did them, and she did them quick. I love her speaking voice. I love the way she talks. She really, it's always dangerous when you like compare someone to someone else. So I mean, I don't think that Shauna watches me, but Shauna, if you do, this is intended as a supreme compliment. But you remind me of the actress Merritt Wever. There's just something about the quality of your voice or the way you speak or something that reminded me of her. I love Merritt Wever. So anyway, Shauna Stitches, you should totally check her out. She's an amazing knitter. So cool. Another one I wanted to talk about was One Row Short. I watched them at the beginning. I haven't finished their whole MKAL journey, but I will go back and do it. And I should have looked more up, but I'm not sure if they're sisters. I believe they might all be sisters, but I'm not sure. But anyway, they all live, I believe, in different cities. So there's either 3 or 4, and they all Zoom together and like talk. They go at very different paces, very different color choices, but they're all doing the MKAL together and discussing it together. And that one was just really fun to watch too. And like I say, I want to go back to their final episodes. Other one, of course, Mean Girls Knit. I love Mean Girls Knit. She is often very complimentary to me as well in the comments of my videos. So it's just one of those mutual love things. She has a very refreshing like affect and attitude and outlook, and she just tells it like it is. She's not someone who sucks up to Stephen West. She's happy. Like, she will give a compliment when it is earned, and when she truly feels it, she will say, this is beautiful, this is an incredible design, you know, so on and so forth. But also when she doesn't like it, she is equally willing to just say what she doesn't like. And I really appreciate that and really like that. I respond to like various parts of her identity and her videos, and I love the way she YouTubes, and I think you all should be watching Mean Girls Knit. Then there is the Happy Hands Knitting Podcast, which was another new one to me. I believe this is the person who is from Montreal, Canada. I'm from Toronto, Canada, but now lives in Australia. But I could be mixing 2 people up. Anyway, one of the reasons why she is so great is because she did a really cool customization for this clue. She didn't like the way the diamonds looked with the other half of the pattern, and so she not improvised, but like invented. She did math, which she explains in her episodes, and she did a crochet section there, and it looks incredible. And it was like a really, really cool way to sort of pivot the pattern and customize the pattern. So that was like instructive to me and also inspiring, and like she was just so great to watch. Stop Drop Knit, also just like a newer channel to me, just like super fun energy, super honest. Yeah, and just someone that I want to see more from and like want to start watching more. Totally recommend her. Check her out. Then there is the Shawl Knitter, who many of you may know. She does, I think, a lot of Stephen West shawls. She plays with color incredibly. She plays with the pattern incredibly. So in some ways, I mean, I actually think hers is better than mine, if I'm being honest. But she just did incredible improvisations with the colors in each section of the shawl. She loves yellow, and so hers hers is just stunning. And so if you haven't seen, I don't know why I'm showing you mine to talk about hers, but like I improvise color placements, but I stayed in the same palette for all 4 clues. Hers is much more dynamic and shifts a lot. And anyway, you just should check it out. Then there is, and forgive me, Andrew, if I'm saying your name wrong, Andrew Caliri. I think his Instagram handle is Plants Knit Fitness, I think. But anyway, on the YouTube channel, like I say, I'll put these up. He goes by Andrew Caliri. So I watched all of his MKAL videos. That was really fun journey as well. Another male knitter that I watched was Knitphen, who again, many of you may know from Instagram and YouTube. I'd seen him a lot on Instagram, but I hadn't checked out his YouTube before. So this was kind of my introduction into what I believe is called the Mingled Yarncast, which is Knitphen's like knitting vlogs or knitting podcast on YouTube. He also was like, has a real awareness of music and different musicals, and would sometimes bring in like in the structures of the clue or the color choices he made, like references to musicals and classic like Broadway posters and musical productions and stuff. So I found that really interesting. And then there's Cabot Cove Knits, which I will end on, which was just another one like that was new to me. So I love finding new people through the MKAL. And that's just some of the lovely YouTubers I watched while I was knitting this year. Okay, so now I'm going to show you the photos I took. Like I said, I was like, last year I took my photos in October, like right around Halloween. So it was still fall. As mentioned in previous videos, I'm a writer, and I had a book out this fall. My collection of short stories, Runs in the Blood. And I had a bunch of events right at the end, like Sunday, November 2nd, and then I was traveling to Halifax for their literary festival, which is called Afterwards, and I was also visiting creative writing classes at Dalhousie University. So I just couldn't take the photos, and I wasn't quite finished yet. So I had to come back, finish the shawl, and then do the photos. What happened in that time also was that Toronto had a cold snap. So suddenly all the leaves were gone off the trees. Like there are all these like bright red leaves and trees that I'd scoped out that I wanted to take pictures around. There were like burgundy, purpley leaves, and like I wanted to do a fall thing. Suddenly it was snow everywhere and cold, and like then it got warm again, and like I said, there just hasn't been sunlight. There just has not been sunlight, and I wanted to take pictures outside. So I really had to pivot, and sometimes that's a bit of an adjustment. That's disappointing. That takes time. So I did all the pictures here in the apartment on a pretty dull day. But I'm like really happy with how they turned out. I was inspired by flowers and plants, my house plants. Also like in part for the color, because I have like the greens and the reds and the blues and the purples, but also for the shapes. I have one of those pepperoni plants with the round circles. I have that charmed wine plant that like is kind of triangular and opens and closes in these trapezoids. I got lilies. I got tulips and like the snake grass. These green squiggles always reminded me of snake grass. I commented on that a few times while I was making them. I wanted snake grass in the photo. So I really was hoping that the different organic plant shapes would echo the mishmash of shapes and styles in the musical shawl that some people are loving, some people are hating. Anyway, I will throw them up. I don't know that I'm gonna like narrate them. Like they kind of just speak for themselves. So I'll just put some classical music under them. This is composed by Lucien Doré at the Galleria di Musica. And then I'll just come back at the end and say bye. Okay, here we go. Anyway, so hopefully that gives you an idea of what my finished shawl looked like. Thank you so much for coming on this journey with me this year. It has been such a rewarding experience. From when I put out that first video, like thinking I was going to have to frog a shawl to do this, to the warmth and generosity of this community that you guys showed me, I'm still processing it and still figuring out where to go from here. And then to be able to go through each week, watching these other wonderful creators, making videos for you guys, it just was a really beautiful part of my fall. And I just wanted to thank each and every one of you for your part in it and for watching this video. And to everyone who donated, thank you, thank you, thank you. I will be back soon with my regular Knitcast, other videos about knitting, design, and creativity, as well as my monthly Let's Knit Together videos. So I hope you'll continue to check me out and the content I create. Please tell your friends about me, and I hope to see you really soon. Until then, happy knitting. Bye.